Okay, let's take a look at a programmed anti-tie down. And so what an anti-tie down means is that the first push button and the second push button must be pressed nearly in a simultaneous manner. In this case, a half second apart to turn this run light on. If for some reason they're not pressed within a half a second, this rung is going to open up right here, preventing the light to come on. If for some reason you do press them within a half a second and this hasn't opened, then you get the run light, and then you would get memory here as long as the push buttons are held down. Looking at the next rung here, you see that, so if I push this button or this and this, we're going to get this timer to start timing. So whether you do this one first and this one second, or this one first and this one second, it doesn't matter. That timer is going to time, and you're going to need to push the first button to be true, the second button to be true, and you have to push them before this timer times out right here to get that run light on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and push the first button and then the second button, and I got the light. So we'll try that again. If I just push the first button right there, and then I come and I push the second button, it took me about a second there. Notice the light didn't come on, okay? So that's because they weren't within a half a second of each other. So I go in again. There you go. I would have got a run light. So it's not exactly working like I want to here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click my reset, which is my reset button. Let's try it again. So I've got the light coming on, but what it's doing is I am getting the counter to come up, saying that it's counting one because that timer is getting done. So if I my counter set up so I get 3 bad tries, then the program won't work. So it looks like the counter already says that I got 1 right here. Let's go ahead and push the button, just one of the buttons, and it counts again, and I'll let go. And if I just push 1 button again, the counter then counted again, and then it doesn't matter if I make that second button up there, not on the first rung. I'm kind of locked out because the fault light right here locked me out. Okay, I would have to hit the reset again. So it seems like you should be rewarded if you activate these like you're supposed to, and when this run light comes on, even if you had a couple of bad attempts, that the counter would reset. So rather than having to hit the reset here, why don't we add another reset here in the event that we actually do get a good run light, then we've done it the right way, and that the system would reset. So let's see how that works. Alright, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead, let's say I get this one. Oops, I didn't get the other one in time. You see there, so it's bad. And then if I got this one, but then I came and got that one, I was too slow. But this time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get both of them pretty quick. And my light comes on, and you'll see my counter over there on rung 2 is back to 0. But the problem here is, as soon as I let go of one of the buttons, so I go ahead and let go of that first button right there, the light went off because I have to have them down. But the counter retained a value of 1. So I'm starting at 1, so if I got a bad situation there, I push button 2, there's 1 time. Here's the second time, I'm just going to push button 1, and I got the fault light after 2 times. And that's because my counter started with a value of 1. So I just reset, I'm back to 0, let's watch it again. I'm going to do both of them, I got the light, I'm going to let up one of the buttons, and my counter goes to 1. Okay? Now that's not good. So the reason is because my counter is getting a reset from the run light, but this timer remains done because the timer is input 1 or input 2 to keep that timer done, whereas keeping the run light on is input 1 and input 2. So this is kind of an and situation with the buttons, and then the counter done sees this as being high, so it gets reset, then automatically it sees it high again, and then it goes to 1. Okay, so the way that we're going to fix that is we're going to come right here on this rung, and we're going to put in a 1 shot. Okay, oops, and I need a tag for that. How about one shot? Maybe I got a tag called one shot here somewhere. Thought I had a tag called one shot. Oh, scan counter once. How about that? So what this is going to do is it's going to hold, it's a tag there, it's a Boolean, so that when this timer comes done, this is only going to be true for one scan, and then that counter would count, okay? And so let's see if this fixes it. So let's go ahead, I'm going to push the first button, and I didn't get it in time. I'm going to push the first button again, and I didn't get it in time. My counter's at 2. This time I'm going to make it true. So I got a reset there. Now I'm going to go ahead and let go of one of the buttons, and you'll notice that the counter didn't go up. And once again, the reason why is I let go of this button, which means that this went false, okay? So the reset rung is no longer true, okay? But the timer done here remains true because of the OR right here. Just because I let go of this button, this one keeps it true, okay? And so what I needed to do before is this counter automatically advanced to 1 because it saw reset go false, timer done go true, and it advanced. But the one shot says you can't pass logic through here. You can only do it for one scan, so that this has to go all the way off, and then it would need to come on again. So when I let go of the button, the timer goes off, the timer gets resets, and it gets done. And now I'm ready to, go ahead and do this again. There's my run light. I let up the button. It doesn't accumulate the counter. I let go of the button, and it seems to be working really well right now. So take a look at that ladder logic and analyze it and see if that makes sense.